Hello lovelies, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be going over some spicy Oriental fragrances per the request of one of my subbies. So thank you for the suggestion, I love those, and I'm very excited to do this. This was a little bit of an eye-opening experience. I have always gone for more floral, sweet fragrances, and looking for some spicier Oriental fragrances that I liked was a little bit more difficult because that's not something that I typically would have gone for. But I really found a few that I really like, and I've also realized that my tastes have really changed as I've gotten into this a lot more. Just like coffee and wine, I have really just developed in my palate and my preferences. So with wine, you start with a sweet wine and you work your way to red or white wines that are not as sweet. And then with coffee, you start with lattes with lots of sugar and milk, and now you get to an Americano and you really enjoy that robust coffee flavor. Same thing with fragrances. I started with those really light, delicate, beautiful, everyone likes them fragrances, and now I'm onto the ones that take a little bit more experienced nose to really love and enjoy and appreciate. So this was quite an experience for me. I realized that I've come a long way since I've started with fragrances, and it's really just lots of fun for me. So let's get into it. So I have 5 different fragrances, and some of them I only have the samples. These are fairly new for me. I'm going to try them out a little bit longer before I actually get the bottles, but I will do my best to find an excellent bottle to show you and include in the video. So the first one, this is Eau Duelle by Diptyque, which is here. This one is a gourmand. They run for $140 for a 75 ml. It's very vanilla and spicy. Let's see, what spices do they have here? Cardamom Cyprus. It's got a little bit of a dry, yet juniper. I can smell the juniper, and it's like that dry, almost like tart scent. Saffron, black tea, olibanum, amber, and lots of vanilla, and lots of musk. I really smell the juniper on the top, and it reminds me of home because I grew up in northern Arizona, and juniper trees were everywhere, especially in the summer. You would smell them, and just the heat would really bring out that fragrance. Typically, it's not something that was very enjoyable for me, but together with the vanilla, it is very, very nice. So that's Eau Duelle. That is probably a unisex. That one, it's a little bit sweeter and a little less harsh. I think that would be a good transition fragrance for someone who's very used to enjoying the typical fragrances like the vanilla and the floral, and that's kind of a good transition scent to get them to liking the other more very serious but delectable scents, like I'm going to be getting into here shortly. Next, we have Royal Oud. This one is typically a male fragrance, but once I smelled it, I wanted to wear it. The 2.5 ounce is $365, so it's very expensive. A little bit goes a long way. I don't know that you would ever need to, or you would ever get through an entire bottle. The fragrance, you just need a teensy little bit, and the sillage is just out of this world. You can smell it just randomly, just moving your body. You can just really get whiffs of it. So I have worn it once. I did put too much of it on, and I really didn't even put that much on. I knew it was a very intense fragrance. I just put one quick swipe, but even that was too much. So this is really fantastic. It is so woody. The oud is just all you can smell, really. The notes, top notes, lemon, pink berry and Sicilian bergamot. Middle notes, cedar, angelic root, and galbanum. And then the base notes are the regal Indian oud, sandalwood, and musk. The base notes is just all I can smell. I really can't smell the top or the middle notes. It is very sweet and just intriguing, and it is definitely a spicy Oriental scent. This oud is very heavy, but very sexy and alluring, and it catches your nose if you smell it, and you've got a little bit more of a matured nose for these types of things. Next we have Tom Ford Velvet Orchid. This one I think is a very typical heavy spicy scent, Oriental scent. This one I liked a lot, surprisingly. I'm wearing it today, and I only put a little spritz because I thought it was going to be really heavy and just too much if I put more than one, but I really like it and I want more. The top notes are really great. It reminds me of kind of a candy almost, but the orchid on there is so delicious, and it really stays throughout the day. I can smell it on myself still. The notes are orange blossom, hyacinth, orchid, suede, and vanilla tincture. It is so wonderful. The orchid and the vanilla really just they take your attention on this completely. It's very sexy. It wears down very nicely on the skin. It is not too harsh. When I smelled it, I thought that it was going to be just too harsh. I wasn't going to want a lot, but with it on my skin, it is so nice. I was very surprised at how much I liked this one. This was one of the ones that really made me want to delve deeper into the spicy Oriental fragrance lines, because it was just so good, and I was surprised at myself because I was so in love with it. So this one may be one that I'll have to look into in the future. The next one here is a unisex. It's one that I've talked about before. It's the Success is a Job in New York, or as it's named now, Success is the Essence of New York by Bond Number 9. This one is just so sweet on your skin after a little while. I can wear just multiple spritz of this on my body, and I just don't get tired of it. I think that it may make other people sensitive, but I really, really enjoy it. The price is $205 for a 50 milliliter. The notes are bergamot, cardamom, mandarin, coriander, nutmeg, pimento, which I always thought was very interesting, tuberose, jasmine, forbidden plum, iris patchouli, and vanilla, and a couple others in there. This one is just so, it wears on the skin so well, and this is something that I wear when I want to make a good impression. The fragrance, like the Tom Ford Velvet Orchid, this one's a sexier one that I would wear out to kind of make a good feminine impression. But Success is a Job is one that I think is powerful and nose-catching and is a little bit memorable, and it's something that you would wear. It's not feminine and it's not too masculine, but I really love it. I have a hairspray that smells just a tad like this, and I just adore it, and it makes me crave this scent. It makes me want to wear it all day, and it's really beautiful. It's soft, and it is just, it's neither male or female, but it's just very, it's very unique. It's very eye-catching, heavy, sensuous, bold, I think is a really great way to put it as well. But I crave this scent sometimes. I just want to wear it and be wrapped up in it. It's like a delicious blanket, and I feel very sexy and confident when I wear it. And lastly is one that I think is pretty iconic. It is the Tom Ford Tobacco Vanille. I don't have a bottle of that either. I wouldn't ever wear it, and my fiance, I think it's a little bit too heavy for him. He doesn't really understand the Tom Ford house, and I think that's crazy. I love Tobacco Vanille. I think it is an uber sexy, masculine scent. I think that it wears really well. He was saying, my fiance was saying that you have to be kind of like a 6 foot tall, big man to wear it, and I don't know, I don't necessarily agree. It just reminds me of a good, like, a little bit of an unkempt beard. Very sexy. I really love it. It is just perfectly tobacco and vanilla, and for a male scent, having that vanilla in there really softens up the harshness of the tobacco, and it gets warm on your skin, and it really exudes that kind of gentle masculinity. Ginger. That was the note on top. The ginger you can smell really on top. Reminds me of Christmas cookies, which that goes away right away. It's really that tobacco and the vanilla at the very end that you can smell all day. And it's just got that allure that I adore. Ginger, tobacco leaves, anise, coriander, tobacco flower, clove, spices, fruit, wood, sap, benzoin, vanilla, and tonka bean. Lots of really great, very powerful notes in there, and they're very memorable and just delectable and alluring, and that's one of the biggest things that I enjoy about this one. Definitely very masculine scent. Of all of these, the ones that I enjoy the most, I think, are the female scents. The Velvet Orchid, I was so surprised at how much I liked this one. I was sure that it was going to be overwhelming, and it wasn't. The other honorable mentions that I found was the Tom Ford Sahara Noir. That one isn't something that I would necessarily want to wear. There's that very heavy incense. That one, it would have to take a particular kind of man to wear, I feel. The scent is very comforting to me. I love the incense, but it's just too powerful for me to wear. I'll have to keep my eye out for the kind of man that would wear it. It does make me think of like a man with a lot of presence, and that's one that you would have to have the attitude to wear. Another one that I really found myself enjoying, and I'm a little bit regretful that I didn't get a sample of it, was the Atkinson's Oud Save the Queen. At Barney's, I was smelling it, and I was like, oh, I don't know if I like it on the test strip very much after a while, because I like to smell it immediately and then after a little while, and I just didn't like it after it wore down a tad. I hate that I didn't put it on my skin and try it that way, because I feel I would have really liked it. I may just go back and try that out on my skin, and you might be hearing from me on that one as well. So those were two good honorable mentions. They were very heavy. These are all very heavy, sensuous, spicy, a little bit overwhelming if you have too much, but they are all ones that I fell in love with. Royal Oud, just that incredible fragrance that you just have to let it sit on you for a little while, and then that aroma, just something about it makes you want more. The Success is a Job, that one I love, I crave it. It's very unique and powerful, and it makes an impression, and all of these I really enjoyed digging into and finding those ones that I really love. So I really appreciate the suggestion from my followers. I want to hear more of what you have to say. What are your favorite spicy Oriental fragrances? I'm very interested in hearing what you have to say in that regard. Also, any other houses or types of fragrances that you'd like me to look into, please send those along. This was such an adventure for me, and I learned a lot about myself as well. I really found that my nose has been progressively improving, and becoming much more mature. So I really had a blast. I didn't wear a fragrance today besides the Black Orchid, which I mentioned. I thought that the deep dark eye, kind of sultry, smoky eye went really well with the Black Orchid. I hope that you guys enjoyed everything, and I will see you in a week.